Hello and welcome back to The Gentleman and His Sword. My name's Jeremy, and basically doing this podcast to help young minds develop into their best versions. Now, as per usual, I'm going to start one thing I'm grateful for, and that is freedom. Sounds like a really long shot of something to be grateful for, but like the freedom to do what I want. And me doing this podcast every week kind of brings me or kind of centers me back to like where I am right now, because what it is just like a promise that I made to myself, and I gotta keep going. So today's topic is about why it's important to honor your body. And I'm doing this because this is today's topics because I am guilty of not honoring my body, because I've always let myself get carried away and eating unhealthy and junk food and all that stuff instead of maintaining a healthy body. Now, funny, I'm actually doing this podcast right after I went to the gym, because I've actually taken the last week to go to the gym regularly, and so I only missed 2 days last week. Uh, Out of the 6 7 days, I started on a Sunday, so I've gone 5 days in a row, and within that week, personally, I've seen such a huge improvement in my physique, my mental health, and my overall well-being. And so I actually started finding it fun. That's one thing that I didn't think that I would recognize with the gym, is that I'd have fun actually doing bits of workout here and there. And so I think it's very beneficial for me personally to keep working out, because I generally feel better. My body feels less stressed. I actually pushed the limits for myself today, as an example, on squats. So I did 90 plus 35, which is 70, 160 pounds dead with I think it's like a 35-pound barbell, so it's like 195. Um, and that was pretty good. I actually exceeded my limit today, because normally I do 45s and 25s. But today I did 35, and I managed to do a full set, 3 sets of eight squats, which is pretty good. Um, yeah, but the overall benefits, I'm feeling better. My body's looking better. My reaction time is increasing, and very grateful for it. And so I'm just gonna discuss, like, personally, what I've noticed from working out consistently. So my mind, the greatest benefit I've experienced is my mind. My mind is way more clear. I'm not as stressed anymore, and I'm more focused. That's one thing that I've noticed. Is focus is definitely a big thing that comes in once you actually become consistent with it. So my goal this month initially was to work out every day for 30 days in order to be active. But I realized that after watching a few videos on people who actually regularly work out, and they said body fatigue is a thing. So I have to forcefully take breaks for myself. And yeah, man, as I get older, it's not the same way, when I was younger, when it comes to dropping weight, because, a younger body is more vibrant. And so, yeah, that's one thing I want to do. I want to start going to the gym more often. As to do with yoga, until everything's opened up, we probably won't be doing it as much as I want to. But as soon as it does, I'm grateful that my gym offers it. And yeah, uh, yeah, back onto the fasting thing too. Like, that really helped me build my discipline, right? 4 days of no food and just water really changes your perspective on whether you can't your mental fortitude, basically. And so that's one thing I noticed. My mental fortitude is over the edge. And so, yeah, that's why I think it's important for you to honor your body. Now, it's so funny because I actually don't know much about my body, so that's one thing that I'm gonna do. Is I'm going to keep watching informative videos on how to handle how to work with my body to become a better version. So I'm always constantly looking for new information. But yeah, um, honoring for me, what I think about honoring my body is just like growing with yourself in all aspects, right? So like, take it for example, like I've always been a fat kid ever since I was young, and so I always had the notion that working out isn't important because honestly, like that didn't change how I conduct myself in life, But then I started making friends, and I've started seeing like a lot of friends who actually consistently work out, and I've seen the results. And when I usually ask them, "How long have you been working out consistently?" and they tell me, "Oh, I've been working out for 3 years," and I'm like, 3 years. I'm like, well, I mean, I'm just trying to do 30 days, but like they have 3 years on the line. So honestly, I think it's a good thing to get started on it and keep it going. Um, you know, I'm also starting to be mindful of what I intake into my body. So like, especially with junk food, I've also decided that it's easier and cheaper for me to just start cooking at home. So I'm gonna start doing regular recipes when it comes to cooking, right? So I don't think it's important for me to always eat out. Like I'll probably just save that for dates or just a bit of a treat for myself, or like when I go for a movie. I'll have that one day when I'm on rest and I'm just like, okay, I'll just have some junk food today. But the rest of the days, because I also love cooking, I think it's important for me to just cultivate that art of making good meals that actually taste really good and experimenting with ingredients. So like, yeah, that's one thing I'm going to do as well. Also, as a disclaimer, like I just stopped fasting as much because now that I'm in a position where I'm going to be in the gym regularly, I need to mind how much I'm eating. And actually, honestly, I don't mind how much I'm eating, even though I know how much calories they are. So I'm always calorie counting, like subconsciously. So I can already see that I'm on a deficit when it comes to my weight, because like some of my clothes now just basically don't fit me anymore. Like I've outgrown them, or I've shrunk enough for me to notice there's a significant difference, including my shirts as well. So I'm actually very, very happy of myself for making this small step towards bettering myself. And yeah, with a clear body, with a clear, calm body comes a clear mind, because your mind has to work less to sustain it, right? At least that's how I think, in terms of breathing and flexibility and mobility and agility. Working out definitely helps. I'm definitely feeling better. So yeah, what are some of the ways that you honor your body? Do you work out? Do you do yoga? Do you go for walks? What are some of the things that you can use to unwind your stress for the week? This is one aspect. For me, it's always been video games. It doesn't mean that I'm not creative, even though I play video games. I try to showcase how good I am on these videos with the footage I put up. I'm not the best out there, the people out there with 5 KDs and they play Warzone and they're streamers and shit. But honestly, I think it's a good thing for me to begin being consistent with my workouts, and also this goal too. So like I want this podcast and my working out to work in tandem. So like every week I look forward to making this, and after knowing that I've put in some effort in regards to being better. And yeah, honestly, I also have to say that I haven't been reading as much books as much anymore, simply because right now I am taking a bit of a break in terms of reading books, but I'm just trying to develop more of this podcast. I have read a bit more of Jordan Peterson's book that I did say, and it's pretty informative. But I did stumble onto another book called Karma by Sadhguru. And honestly, that's a book that has changed my view and outlook on life. And is consistently helping me maintain my streak with making this podcast, and also develop streaks upon other things. As an example, today is the gym. So hopefully going forward, I'm gonna keep doing gym all the time, with a couple of rest days in between. And yeah. Anyway, that's all I had to say for today. This is again for my sister Angelique. I love you. I don't need to tell you about your body and stuff like that. You do you. I can already see you're fit and you work. I don't know whether you work out. I know you still play basketball, so I know basketball is really good. So yeah, this is just my journey too. I just wanted to share what's going on with myself, and and I'm happy that you are growing into a wonderful individual as well. Anyway, for the rest of you guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Do leave a like and subscribe for more content, because I'm going to be creating this for a very long time, and I'm going to make a bit of improvements and adjustments, and hopefully in the future I'm going to get some people on to come in and have a chat on this podcast. Anyway, as I usually say, be safe and peace.